Well, if you're looking for best friends in pro stock motorcycle, you came to the wrong place.
Really? You don't think? I mean, Matt and Steve are.
No.
They're not
No.
headed down for a beer tonight?
No, I don't believe that's going to happen. Matt Smith on the red Denso bike got the number 1 on the side again. The multiple-time champion, one of the best ever in the category. And Steve Johnson, who took his own program in-house a couple of years ago, has paid huge dividends. Working with the folks at Monster who manufacture that 4-valve cylinder head. Got USA Electric, Mack Rack, all helping out. Stevie J has slid a little bit the last couple of races, but he has still got himself a bad, fast motorcycle when he puts it all together.
Listen, when I had Matt on the podcast, he did say he wanted to meet him behind a Golden Corral. I thought that was a friendly thing, but apparently you're saying that wasn't.
Are you familiar with Tombstone? They had a pretty famous corral there, too.
And, yeah, so we do see Matt this weekend is on the Suzuki. He does have both of those motorcycles at his disposal. The kind of Iron Man scheme, that's the way I look at it. I look at Matt's bike. It's a beautiful, beautiful paint scheme on the bike, but it definitely reminds me of kind of an Iron Man-esque theme. USA Electric on the rear fender for Steve Johnson. Matt Smith, a 5-time world champion, locked up the world championship last year on a run where he actually put his motorcycle into the sand trap in Pomona, California to close out the year. Pretty wild one as both engines are now started. You know, look, Steve Johnson, I think it was something last year we watched happen in front of us that I think it got to him. I think at the end of the year, I think the championship pressure and the fact that really for the first time in his career he was there and in it, we saw it manifest itself into trouble. I don't like the fact he struggled the last few races, but I'll tell you this. A mid-season struggle and coming out of it is going to help him if he does come out of it in that championship chase to keep his head right.
Yeah, I think you might be right. You know, it's next to impossible to go through a full season and not have a toe stub or two. So if you're going to have it happen, get it out of the way now, get it overcome before we get into the countdown to the championship when your focus and every little point is going to mean the most. So Matt on the left side, Steve on the right side. Who gets the finish line first?
I think the guy with the faster bike's going to do that. Just guessing, though.
.694, 193 for Steve Johnson, and he did get there first by 1,000th of a second. Matt Smith was quicker off the starting line, went 699. I watched the lights come up, and I thought, yep, Brian's going to be wrong here. But by 1 thou, you snugged it out. Matt goes 699 at 196 miles an hour. Steve Johnson, a good, solid run to start with. And Matt Smith just stole the track record top speed away from his wife. Way to go, Matt.
You know, and I think what we saw in that run, that 1:14.60 foot time for Matt, it continues to be a learning process for him and how to get the clutch program right in one of these motorcycles. He, of course, has that program in his Buell down to a science, but here it is still a learning process for Matt Smith.